ultimate fanfare.
What's going on? Welcome to this week's episode of the Play Action Podcast. We got Brandon right here. We got Colin. What's up, bro?
Man, it's a great day to talk about sports. I'm going to just kick it right off with the friggin' upsets in college football. I mean, there's a few upsets, but these are the ones that I think made the most difference to me. And the first one, I know it's against you. You're a Florida guy. There's one of your squads. UVA, Virginia, beating Florida State 46-38 in overtime. I mean, Florida State whooped Alabama week 1, 31-17, so this is like really, really surprising. But, bro, are they Florida State, are they who we think they are, or is this an impending, dark times coming with third-ranked Miami going to their house this weekend?
You know how I feel about the boys. The Canes, that's my real boys from being a Florida fan. So that's, first and foremost, the Canes coming in next week, going to put belt to ass next week. Okay, so we already know how that's going to go. I'm sorry. But Florida State, come on, bro. The little brothers always trip up and do some stupid stuff like this and lose to somebody they not supposed to do. Every year. I don't know, the only person I know that plays football for Virginia that was pretty good was Michael Vick and maybe Allen Iverson. Okay, not maybe, Allen Iverson. That's only the two I know that were good football players from Virginia. Who else? Come on, bro. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed. It's just, bro. Florida State. I actually watched part of that game too. But one thing, I gotta say, it looked epic, but it looked dangerous too. Cause that field mob and they rushed the field. That looked crazy with the receiver and receiver trying to get the ball and then falling down. I'm like, did he just get trampled? Is he okay?
Yes, he did.
This is crazy, bro. They gotta do something with security wise. Like, I'm all for rushing the field, but security gotta do some job with certain players if they in situations like that, because that was uncalled for. Dude could have got injured, seriously injured, because the amount of people I saw run over him was ridiculous.
Man, not ridiculous. Shoot, man. You know what's ridiculous? Ole Miss beating LSU, and it's not just the way they did it, but handing LSU the first loss. Statistically, they dominated this game in a way that I didn't expect Ole Miss to dominate LSU, especially when Ole Miss their quarterback just left for the NFL. So, Ole Miss, over 300 yards passing to less than 200 for LSU, and then 179 yards rushing to less than 60 yards for LSU. I don't know about you, but I'm used to LSU, having an efficient run game where they, your yards per carry, explosive plays. I mean, LSU has had a lot of great receivers, but they have a lot of great running backs too. I mean, they need to keep running it, but their yards after contact, like I said, explosive plays, LSU has just been falling down a little bit. Do you think LSU is as good as what we think they are, or is Ole Miss? I just don't believe in Ole Miss. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to just take them seriously. But what they did to LSU, bro, what the F is going on?
I'm with you, bro. I think it was play calling, bro. I think it was play calling on LSU. I think they need to run the ball more, feed them boys in the backfield, bro. This is crazy. This LSU and their offensive line, they used to impose their will. And come on, bro. This is Ole Miss. Nobody takes Ole Miss serious. This is Ole Miss. It's what is going on? And it might have been one of them situations how Florida State just did it just now. They just didn't take them serious. And they got surprised, and they got a unwelcome wake-up call. So it was like, bro, what is going on? Y'all they was ranked number 4. And how do you do this? And it's like, hey, somebody got to get some smelling salts, wake these boys up, because this is ridiculous. This is like LSU. That's one of my favorites. That's my boys over in Baton Rouge. I got family over there in Baton Rouge. Shout out Allen. They met me. My college roommate met my other family, a whole other set of Monroes from over there in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
But man, come on, man. LSU, what's happening, boy? What's going on, man? I'm with the get the gut. You know, you know what I'm saying? I remember that with Joe Burrows and Jefferson back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So come on, LSU. I don't know what's going on. Ole Miss. I don't know what's going on.
Now, LSU's a long way away from smoking them cigars with Joe Burrow. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Their crosstown rival, Alabama Crimson Tide, 17th ranked beats 5th ranked University of Georgia. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Crimson Tide were cooked after week 1, but dude, Georgia's upcoming schedule is tough. But this week, Alabama will have the 6th ranked opponents in this next 7 weeks. Okay, the lowest ranking of those 6 opponents is Mizzou at 19. So is Bama's turned the corner with a great win over Georgia, or we're gonna see Southern Fried Chicken when the Crimson Tide go through the crucible of these ranked teams?
I think Alabama might be turning the tide right now. They're turning the corner. I think they might be doing a little something. I mean, I'm not really a big, Bama fan, but hey, they surprised me when they beat Georgia because I thought Georgia was legit. Like, I'm from over here in Atlanta, so I thought Georgia was legit. And there's a couple of my homeboys over here real sad right now because of Georgia. That Georgia lost this past weekend. I'm sorry, bros. You know what I'm saying? But hey, bro, if I thought Bama was done too after week 1 when Florida State put belt to ass. I thought they was. Hey, I thought Bama they might have been falling off the cliff. But hey, I'm impressed. Hey, we're wait and see. We'll wait and see. But I'm hoping Alabama doesn't turn the corner and start upwards trajectory because I'm not a Bama fan, but how I foresee it, they just beat Georgia. Like Georgia's number 5 in the nation. Hey, I gotta respect that.
Alabama showed they still got some boys out there, even though Nick Saban's out there. Kalen DeBoer has got them playing. Honestly, I really thought they were cooked after week 1. But going from college to NFL, let's start off with freaking Eagles and the Bucks. I don't gamble, but I was going to put any money. I would say the Eagles going to get their first loss, but they came ahead 31-25. Neither team had any type of offensive explosion we're used to seeing from them. They both have pretty high-powered offenses. Philly, they got a great supporting cast, and the Bucks with Baker in their group. But it was gritty defense, and the Eagles coming on top with late stops against the Bucks. And I'm used to Baker just performing, but Eagles came out with some really great stops. But the most concerning thing for me is the Eagles. They had 2 players go out: Lane Johnson, starting right tackle, and Jalen Carter. Both of them with shoulder injuries. Both those type of injuries can really impact, obviously line play and defensive line play. If it's minor, I'm not worried about it. But if either of them miss significant time, this could be tough sledding for Philly. What do you think?
I mean, I think Philly's built for this. Their offensive line is usually plug and play. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna hold off. We gonna hold off. But I think Philly's on a roll right now. I think this is like the 3rd longest winning streak of all time.
Yeah.
Like I think they're like 18-0 in the last 18 games. They're going on a crazy run right now. And my boy Jalen Hurts. We talked about it at Alhambra. I think he has like a Hallmark movie coming on after this. Like with his career, like this is ridiculous.
Alabama,
Getting benched in the national championship game, like this is, and then winning the Super Bowl after that. This is unprecedented. This is crazy. I've never seen this before, and he is doing it with poise and like the fastest, slowest person I've ever seen. Because this dude is just jogging out there, just running past the defensive lineman. I'm looking at defensive linemen like huffing and puffing, doing all they can to try to catch this dude. I'm like, is this dude jogging? So I didn't understand what was going on, but I think Philly is in good situation right now because with Jalen Hurts with 3rd down conversions, this dude. It's kind of tough with his legs and his feet, and then more importantly, his mind right now. Like figuring out he got his confidence is off the charts right now, and I can't really fault him because he doesn't know what losing is in over at least 165 days at least.
Right. And like I said, I think Philly's offense is. It's got the potential to always be explosive. And even though, like you're saying, even when Jalen doesn't have that explosive day, or Saquon Barkley doesn't have that explosive day like he didn't this past weekend, they just find ways to win to score enough points. And their defense holds the opposing offense to just enough points that their offense, Philadelphia, can score enough points to win, and it's been impressive and frustrating.
Also, one more point before we move on. AJ Brown, stop it. I seen the tweet. Stop it. You won, bro. Chill out, bro. Calm down,
Yes,
bro.
yes. I love the competitor in him, but at the same time, it's like, stop throwing people under the bus. I mean, you ain't got to say any names. We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But you're a great receiver. AJ, just be great. Just be great. You're great. Just be great.
Exactly.
Staying with kind of historical Philly, we had Pittsburgh and Minnesota. Pittsburgh coming on top 24-21. To me, the big thing was Carson Wentz. So the first 3 quarters of that Dublin Ireland game, which is really cool being in Dublin, Carson Wentz looked like the same Carson Wentz that's been on 5 teams in the past 5 years. Fourth quarter comes on, and he throws 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and he's looking like that's the Carson Wentz that Philly drafted out of North Dakota State. But, remember also Carson Wentz conceded to Nick Foles when he got hurt, and Nick Foles won the Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. Carson Wentz came up short again, and Pittsburgh had enough offense and late defense to hold off the surging Vikings. Aaron Rodgers played a pretty easy, efficient game. I think he had 200 yards total. He even ran for a first down. I think in the fourth quarter, I saw old Aaron Rodgers running down there. You want to talk about looking like in slow motion? Aaron Rodgers was running in slow motion, but he had enough field. He was able to get a first down. But I want to know to you, the Steelers, as much as we kind of talk about Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if he still has it. They're still winning. So are they the real deal, or are they the fools black and gold?
I'm just not sold on them. I still think they're the fool's gold right now. Like, something just didn't look right when the quarterback's back there, like, yeah, when the dude's doing the tush push. I'm like, bro, you don't go up there and help, bro. Push, do something. Like, bro, this is football, bro. I know we know you an old man, but at least, I seen dogs get out the car and put their 2 paws on the back when people are pushing. At least do something, bro. Come on, bro.
Act like you care.
Act like you care, bro. Like, you're not back there posing like that. Like, yeah. Like that was kind of concerning. But I'm still not sold on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And like I said, I think that was pretty cool with the game being in Ireland. And I think they have another one in Ireland next week as well.
London.
Oh, London?
Yeah, but
okay.
London.
Yeah, okay.
They're staying on the national road, which is crazy.
Yeah. I am all for this, okay? We wake up in the morning and football is on, okay? Like, I started watching YouTube and other thing, and I was like, oh my God, football on. And I had, like, the game was in, like, the third quarter. I was tripping. I was like, what is going on? So I got to, like, mental note, football Sunday morning, okay? That's right. It's like, when we used to work on the West Coast, you wake up to football. It's a whole different feeling.
Man, you're just having football season around just brings me joy. The start of today's Monday, man. I know I got Monday Night Football. Oh shit, I got Thursday Night Football coming up, and then I got college football on Saturday, and then NFL on Sunday. And I mean, in the middle days, I'm just sitting there watching all of the reality TV going on around these players, hoping that none of my players are going to be in the bad news, But man, speaking of some interesting news, well, good news to me on both fronts, really. Atlanta, Washington Commanders, 34-27. As much as I would love to bag on the Commanders because they're in my division with my New York Giants, but they're missing their sending young star quarterback, Jaden Daniels, as well as Terry McLaurin, the number 1 receiver, who's also hurt. So you take out the 2 best players on a team, it's hard to beat anybody, right? So I'm not going to bag on them that much. But this game is really about the Atlanta Falcons, what I've been excited about. Your hometown Atlanta Falcons. They got shut out last week by the freaking Carolina Panthers. How did they get shut out by the Carolina Panthers? 30-0. I'm surprised everyone didn't get fired after that. The Falcons had everything to prove. They didn't panic. Penix threw for 313 yards and a couple touchdowns. Bijan Robinson had 75 yards rushing, another 106 through the air. Drake London had 8 catches, 110 yards. Kyle Pitts chipped in with 5 catches. Both of them had a touchdown each. So it's good to see this offense is starting to hum with Michael Penix. But I need to know you, bro. These are your hometown Falcons. Not necessarily your first team, but are they finally turned the corner?
I mean, I think they getting towards the corner, but I just haven't seen Penix push the ball down the field like I want to. Like, like it's a lot of dinking and dunking, and that's his game. I understand that, but like, but we hot Atlanta. We like
that big arm.
Exactly. We know we got that big arm. Come on, bro. Push that ball down the field. I don't know. So I'm hoping they turn the corner. But last week, come on, bro. We need like 2-3 weeks to get that taste out of our mouth. Because we didn't pass they said we didn't pass the 30-yard line last week.
Yeah.
Against
the Panthers. Against the freaking Panthers.
So
they're barely a real team.
It's gonna take a little bit to get that out of that taste out of our mouth. But hey, it's a good start. You know what I'm saying? So we know Daniels wasn't out. We know Daniels wasn't playing, and like you say, Scary Terry wasn't out there. So hey, we'll take a win when we can get one. Because after last week, bro, we needed a win. So I'll take it.
Heck yeah. Speaking of taking a win, Houston, Tennessee, 26-0. Texans fans rejoice. Finally in the win column, because we expect the Texans to be pretty good. We expect to see Stroud to bounce back after his, had a down sophomore year, and he kind of had a slow start this year, but he picked up. He had a great game. I think that Texans probably would have got a win a lot earlier, but to me, this is big. The big news here is, welcome to the NFL, Woody Marks. I had to look at his name. I had to look him up who he was. 4th-round pick out of USC. Showed out against the Titans in his first big amount of, a lot of snaps. Had 69 yards rushing and a touchdown. 50 yards receiving, and another touchdown, both first for his young career. But the most concerning thing to me, outside of the happiness for Houston Texans, is my concern for Cam Ward. Or lack of performance from Cam Ward. This was by far the worst performance of his career, going 10 for 26, 108 yards with an interception. He's only completed 38% of his passes during that game, with a pass rating of 34.5. Granted, he's had some tough defenses going through Denver, Rams, Colts, and now the Texans, but we're going to the second quarter of the season. Do we need to be worried about Cam Ward? Because, when I'm looking at Tennessee's quarterbacks, just a few names come to mind. Will Levis, Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis, Zach Mittinger, Jake Locker, Charlie Whitehurst, Blaine Gabbert. Are we going to be adding Cam Ward to that list in the next year or so? Man, unless they don't give him some weapons, I'm concerned.
I'll be right there with you, bro, because historically speaking, I have known quarterbacks and running backs from the Tennessee Titans. I haven't really known too many wide receivers. And then I can think of two stud wide receivers. So
AJ Brown's the only one that got rid of him.
Yeah, he got out of Dodge. So he was not there that long, but like you said, because AJ Brown is that boy. But even before then, I growing up, I can't remember too many stud wide receivers. I had to think about Andre Johnson, but no, he was with the Texans. He wasn't with the Titans. So historically speaking, I don't know any stud wide receivers, and I don't understand. They're not that far from Ohio State. Go get a wide receiver. Ohio State
had a few this year.
Exactly. Ohio State is producing them right now. That's wide receiver right now. So I don't understand what is going on. Said, but Cam, they need to get Cam some help. But bro, thank God, because CJ Stroud, thank you for getting on the board and get this W, bro. Because I'm a fan. I want to see you do well, but
yes,
I seen the memes and stuff. They had age the AI had aged you to mid 40s and stuff. He was kind of calling you washed already, bro. I'm like, bro, chill out, old bro. This is one of Snoop Dogg kids, bro. This is one of Snoop Dogg boys from the league. So leave him alone. He one of the good ones. So I'm rooting for you, bro. Come on now. So, just use this win and stack, keep stacking them days, bro. Because, bro, that junior slump was looking rough the first couple weeks.
It was. Because he studies too hard, and they've got decent talent around him for him to look like that. But I think he's just too good for that.
But also the offensive line. The offensive line is
it's trash.
Yeah,
they gave away Larry Tunsil. They gave one other lineman, and they tried to bring in some other people to try to make something in front of them. And it's obviously not working out yet. But I think CJ's going to figure out, and I think the offense coordinator is going to figure out ways to get to his playmakers down the field knowing that the line is going to give up pressure. So you got to have some quick hitters and maybe add an extra chip block here and there. Maybe you need to get another running back who can pass block a little bit better, or another pass blocking tight end to give him some more time. But it was good to see CJ get on the win column because he works too hard not to get there. And speaking of teams that just get in the win column, my New York Giants against the LA Chargers, 21-18. Honestly, I was expecting a loss the whole time. I'm rooting for my Giants, but I know what we do. I remember the end of the Dallas game, 25 seconds left, and all she wrote. Same thing here. Giants get a win over the surging Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, the Chargers are playing outstanding ball right now. Our defensive line was able to get to Herbert quite a few times. And if we didn't get the sacks, we got the pressures. But their running back, Omarion Hampton, is a man. Okay, he is a man. And the way he's playing, he should have been the first running back off the board, even with Ashton Genty. And that's no shit against Ashton, but this 12 carries, 12 carries for a whole bunch of yards, like 120 some odd yards, 128 yards, that's what it was, and a touchdown, another 5 catches for 37 yards. So, I mean, we couldn't stop. Every time he got the ball, he's literally dragging players for 5-6 yards. And I'm like, golly. And he's dragging big guys. He's not dragging, little defensive backs. So that was a concern. First round rookie, Jackson Dart, my guy, up and down game. Everyone's kind of saying he had a great game. He had a down game. He had 111 yards through the air and 50 yards on the ground. He got sacked 5 times, and most of those sacks were his fault because he held on the ball too long. He needs to get his mental clock a little bit faster. But the dark cloud is this, man. You know what it is. Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors goes down with a torn ACL. He's done for the season. My biggest concern is you got a rookie quarterback. You got a rookie running back. You don't have your star wide receiver. And there's question in the receiver room now. You got a second-year tight end as your starting tight end. Is Jackson Dart's development going to be subdued, and is he possibly going to get swallowed by the NFL like a fellow first-round rookie Cam Ward looking like he is right now?
Hey, bro, I got faith in Dart. So I'm hoping that somebody in the wide receiver room is going to step up. All these guys are in the NFL. Okay, all you guys are supposed to be the best of the best of the best. So come on, bro. Step it up. Step it up. Somebody got to be a new number one. Hey, it is what it is. Somebody get hurt, the next man up. So it's time to go. You got your time. hey, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go, bro. But, all I'm saying is the last 3 weeks before this did not produce a W. This produced a W.
True. Very true.
And against a 3-0 team. Like you just said, that running back was looking like, hey, he's looking like he should have been first off the board. So they did all that against a team that was looking like they was humming. So I'm with you, bro. I'm on the good fence with the Giants. I know that's your team, bro. So I understand that you got some, I'm holding optimism. I know you got some, I know you got some reserves with them. Like, okay, hold on, I gotta see what's up. But bro, come on, I see the head coach hugging the quarterback Dart after the game. Bro, he was looking like a proud dad with his son. He was like, yes, I thank you. You gonna save my job, bro. Come on now, we got a W. You know what I'm saying? So, hey,
I think he did.
Hey, exactly. So, and Russell Wilson has handled himself like a class act. So it was all my hat off to him. He's the first one rooting for the kid. He understands what the kid's been doing behind the scenes because I've been hearing good things about the kid from different levels of the organization. They've been rooting for him. Saying that, hey, this dude might need to start. What they've been seeing in practice. So I'm just saying, hopefully one of those dudes from the scout team that he's been having some connections with can stick. I'm just saying, and not even the scout teams, but somebody can step up. Somebody got to take the X, Y, and position, the X or Y position that Neighbors had. So somebody got to do it. So
who? I mean,
hey,
because I'm thinking like what Neighbors' skill set is, what makes him special. I don't know if any team has someone like that available that they'd want to give up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would love if the Rams said, you know what, we got Puka, we're willing to get rid of Devontae Adams for a 3rd-round pick. Oh, jump on that, but they're not dumb. Okay, they're not dumb. They're a winning organization for a reason, right?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Come on,
bro. They're good players. Baltimore's not going to give me good players. Not going to give us, Zay Flowers. Would love that, but they're not dumb. So I don't. Look, the defense is going to have to carry this load, and they've not been carrying anything until this game.
These are professionals, okay? Somebody has to step up.
And they got to step up because the defense has to step up. The next game we're talking about, there was no defense there, right? Yeah. Green Bay, Dallas, in a beautiful tie, 40-40, because I wanted them both to lose. So they decided to tie, which is even better because it's just these two historical NFL titans, which just ended in a tie. To me, just means it warms my heart. Okay, but in this tie, we learned a few things. We learned that Jordan Love is still a good quarterback, but has difficulty performing down the stretch with the bright lights on, like we've talked about before.
Yep.
Micah Parsons, I think, has found a home in Green Bay after a disgusted Jerry Jones watched his game-saving sack on his beloved overpaid Dak Prescott. I'm telling you, that was probably my favorite play. Again, it happened at the end, but if you had Micah Parsons in your team, you might have won that game, right? But on the Cowboys side, we learned that Gervonta Williams might be the long-term fixture running back for the Dallas Cowboys, which they haven't had since Zeke Elliott. Yep. And we also learned that George Pickens is indeed a number 1 option at wide receiver, and he had a phenomenal game, especially with CeeDee Lamb out, because everyone was focusing on him, and he still got it done again and again and again. And this tie could be the tiebreaker for both teams who are going to be fighting down the stretch for playoffs, so I'm hoping it hurts them both. We'll see. Your thoughts?
That's how I feel. That's how I felt when I see that this morning. I was like, I fell asleep during overtime, and I was like, bro, I'm not watching this. You know what I'm saying? It's the Cowboys. I'm not really a big fan. I was dozing off. When I see the tie, I was like, I did see the sack at the end of the game, like that towards the end. I was like, oh, that is poetic. That is poetic. That was awesome. I was like, that was just a good stick it to Jerry. So like, that's the energy I felt with that with Jerry. Oh man, that was good. But yes, with this tie, yeah, I believe this is going to have long-reaching ramifications come December and January. Yeah, so this is going to suck. I mean, first of all, let's just be real. We don't really see Dallas going anywhere in December or January anyway. So
no, so they always do though. They always do, and now they're going to be fighting with the Commanders. For another player, another team out of the NFC East, and I think Green Bay is not going to challenge Detroit anymore.
I think their fan base feels like they're going to do that.
Correct. That's what I mean.
I don't know if the team actually really believes. Like,
probably not.
Probably not. This is Dallas. This has like been the gold standard of mediocrity for the 2000s. Okay, the gold standard. Like we're gonna do just enough, just good enough, so we don't get a number 1 draft pick. We're gonna get middle of the field.
I would say that they're the modern day San Diego Chargers when they had Philip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, Sean Merriman.
No! I don't want to give him. I don't want to give him LT. I don't want to give him LT. No, nobody.
An abundance of talent and never even going to Super Bowl. They've got so much. They found so much talent, and they continue to fall short. Yet fans will always say, it's our year. And I give him credit. Hey, I love the fact you have all that enthusiasm and optimism, even though it's a little diluted. I can rock with that. My kids had that too when they were little. Speaking of delusions, Rams Colts 27-20. Indiana Jones comes back to earth with his first 2 picks of the year, and a nightmare fumble by Donnie Mitchell. It wasn't like the Deshaun Jackson where he kind of threw it behind him at the 1-yard line. No, he lost the ball at the 1-yard line. And so I feel awful for him, but this game's all about our guy Matt Stafford, 375 yards, 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. Puka with 13 catches, 170 yards. it'd be nice if he was so great that the Rams didn't want to get rid of Devontae Adams. But, I said they're not stupid. Besides that close loss that they had to Philly, the Rams are rolling. I expect them to go deep in the playoffs. And are they starting to look like that 2021 Super Bowl champs Rams team, or is it still too early to call?
I believe it's a little too early to call. Hey, we gotta see. We gotta see if Stafford gonna make it the whole season with that back. Okay, anytime you have a back injury, anytime you have a back injury and you play in quarterback that cause you to twist your spine, excessive amounts of time a game, it's a little dicey, because bro, Matt Stafford was slanging that thing.
Yeah, I was old Matt Stafford.
Exactly. So I loved it. I'm a fan. But bro, I don't know if he can do this for 18 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So like with these hits counting up, and then with their defense, they don't have Aaron Donald back there on the other side. So like that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So like,
but they got Jared Burst.
Yeah, they got yeah. I like him. I like him as well. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm holding off judgment. We gotta see come November, December how they looking, because I see good things, but I'm holding off judgment.
Fair. That's fair. Let's see if we can hold off judgment here. Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, 37-20. That's But hey, I said it last week too, with KC beating the Giants, but it wasn't in dominant fashion. Patrick Mahomes needs his field stretch. He needs a field stretch to open up the middle of the field. He had Xavier Worthy back, stretching the field. KC looked explosive again, and ready to show the league that slow start was fool's gold. Okay, that was not who they are. I think they're gonna continue to play well. But the bigger story is the Baltimore Ravens. If I had money to bet, I would never bet they'd go 1-3. Losing to KC, that's fine. You can lose to KC, but not 37-20. Lamar Jackson didn't finish the game. He had a little bit of a hamstring going on there. Hopefully it doesn't, hinder him for the season. He had another late game fumble, something that's been kind of following him, throughout his career, usually just in the playoffs. But now it seems to be any big game he's about to go into or that he's in, at the most critical times, he's going to have some sort of mental error, and he's too good to do this. But what is going on with your Ravens, bro?
Bro, it hurts my heart, bro. It hurts my heart. It hurts. It was difficult to watch. I believe Lamar is 1-6 now against Patrick Mahomes all time.
Yeah.
Going in, he was going in. I believe he's 1-5, but now this is 1-6. Bro, this is terrible. I don't understand.
Where's all your optimism?
I have zero optimism right now. Like Derrick Henry was looking regular.
Yeah, he's a pedestrian.
Real pedestrian. We was hoping from a good game from him since he just fumbled the late game, like you just said, late game fumbles from him last game. So it was a big letdown. I know my energy sucks right now just because I just wanted you to get it to be like, really let it be known that the Ravens are killing me right now. Okay, they're killing me, bro. This is oh my god, bro. Lamar. Like you my hometown boy, bro, and I'm not gonna put that out there. But like I know we just said off camera, but Lamar, I have the utmost confidence in you, bro. I'm putting it out to the universe that you gonna get it together. You gonna fix it. This is gonna be the year that you're not gonna make any more critical mistakes in the playoffs. I'm putting it out there to the universe, so my boy he can step it up. This is gonna be his year. I'm just hoping he does not run into Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Because, oh my God, let Joe Burrows and Patrick Mahomes run up against each other. I mean, Joe Burrows not even playing this year. God, let Josh Allen play. Let Josh Allen play Patrick Mahomes before Lamar.
Lamar's got to play him.
Yeah. Please, this is all I'm saying. Like the matchup guys, please, the football guys, let something happen that makes Lamar not play Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, because this record is ridiculous right now, and I don't see it getting any better unless Lamar makes drastic changes because that it factor is lacking right now.
I'm gonna give him some grace. I'm gonna give this is the Peyton Manning Tom Brady, you know, and that was what Peyton Manning couldn't get past Tom Brady. Tom Brady's owned the AFC, and right now Patrick is owning the AFC, and Lamar's playing Peyton. And Peyton didn't win anything. It took him a long time to win, and he didn't win his second chip till he let his ship out of town. I'm not wanting Lamar to do that, but I'm gonna give him some grace. I think he's gonna learn. He's gonna come back better. But I'm going to put it on the coaches to help him with his ball security, help him when he's fighting for the trash, to let him get his mental clock, or just say, hey, when you see people around you, 2 hands on the ball. I know it's going to affect what makes him special, those little quick runs, but it's these fumbles that are killing him. The runs are great and exciting, and they will extend the drive, but a turnover flips the field to the defense. Now they have all the advantage, and you're rattled because you're pissed off that you turned the ball over. And, you know, and Baltimore's defense isn't what it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, Baltimore would shut everybody down. We don't have Terrell Suggs. We don't have Ray Lewis. We don't have, you know, Ed Reed and Chris McAllister. We don't have those guys anymore. Now we have good players. Kyle Hamilton's no joke. And they've got some good guys. But it's not the same. Lamar, you got to put on the cape. You got to put on the cape. And speaking of capes, we're going to go to boxing, and I need the little guy, Gervonta Tank Davis, to put on this cape against Jake Paul in November. And normally we wouldn't talk about a hack of a fight like this, but it's bugging me to a little bit. You know, I mean, we like Tank. He's crazy, but I like Tank. He's 5'5", 135, how he fights. Jake Paul, 6'1", 200 pounds. They're fighting at a catchweight. So in case folks you don't know what a catchweight. A catchweight is when you have 2 fighters at different weight classes, and you kind of try to pick something in the middle to make it fair for both of them, especially in an exhibition match. And so they're doing the catch weight at 195. Jake Paul's going to concede 5 pounds, and Gervonta Davis is going to concede 60 pounds. So this sounds like a regular Jake Paul fixed fight to give himself a considerable advantage. And he reminds me of, not to go movies, but a great movie, The Corrupt King from Gladiator, when Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix, love him, decided to fight Maximus, played by Gerard Butler, I think, right?
Yeah.
But you remember at the end where he hugged him when he's in the dungeon, when Maximus was held captive, and he stabbed him in the back and ordered the guards to conceal the wound to make sure he had an advantage. That's, to me, what Jake Paul does. He's picking like this little small guy. Now, you put in a street fight, I think Gervonta Davis probably kills him in a street fight. But in a boxing match with bigger gloves and you have this huge advantage. And then also with all the fixed crap, because I'm hoping Tank actually tries to win the fight and doesn't throw the fight like Tyson did against Roy Jones Jr. and Jake Paul. So I'm going to go to my soapbox about that, but right now that is pissing me off. And to me, it's this kind of stuff that is making boxing a second-tier combat sport behind MMA. And Jake Paul is really helping expedite this nonsense. We're going back to the Don King of fixed fights is what I feel like.
I definitely feel you what you're saying. Like these fixed fights, they feel kind of weird. And like I said, I hope the Tank, Gervonta Davis, sneaks around and hits him with a little right hook, uppercut, and knocks him out. You know what I'm saying? So the world can really see Jake Paul for really what he is. But these kind of crazy fights have been going on before I was even born. Like my uncles had to tell me about Muhammad Ali versus like a sumo wrestler back in like 81, yeah. I believe. So like this is all crazy. And then I thought when you was talking about it just now about Logan Paul and Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Gervonta Davis, that's his big homie. So all he doing is gonna fight the little brother. So he's just following, Floyd's. He wants the payday. And we see Floyd right now is over in Saudi Arabia or Dubai doing little exhibition fights that come on at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon because of the time difference and stuff. Like I'm like, bro, Floyd's fighting? What?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it'd be weird stuff like that that's been going on, but like he getting paid. So I'm not here for these crazy expedition fights, but I'm here. And it's kind of crazy because, like, now that I think about it, how we used to tune in to see Floyd, a certain demographic used to tune in to see Floyd get knocked out.
Yeah, hoping.
yeah, I'm hoping that Jake Paul gets knocked out. So like I might watch this fight. You know, say
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's free.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh yeah, I'm definitely watching. And shout out Netflix. I like this new business model. Like not they doing pay-per-view for us. I appreciate y'all. You know,
that's Jake Paul. I give Jake Paul's flowers for that. He's actually the one who drove that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so he's trying to do some good things with the sport, promotion wise. But this exhibition boxing entertainment. This is more WWE, and that's no shade towards wrestlers. I know what they do is real contact, and it's very dangerous. But it's also a scripted show.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jake Paul's doing the same thing with boxing, and you know, I was worried about the UFC going in there because, you know, with people with the mask, the music, and the names, and the calling out. The UFC started going very wrestling-like with Conor McGregor. But now Jake Paul says, you know, screw that. I'm gonna show you, Conor. I'm gonna make a hack of boxing, and boxing is, well, it's gotta be the oldest sport next to wrestling, right?
Yeah.
It's the oldest sport next to wrestling. It's a true, you know, one-on-one combat sport, and I'm just whining about it.
Yeah, I feel you. The purists want to keep it pure, and I understand that because it's the sweet silence. And, you know, we all seen like those knockout, you know, brawls and stuff back in the day, those classic fights, and we want to see those classic fights. We don't want to see these fixed fights like this anymore. Like these, you know, it looks like a movie when Mike Tyson biting his gloves because he can't knock somebody's head off like he wants to. So it's like,
boom.
It's kind of weird, but unfortunately, in the social media era, what we're in right now is people making a mockery of the sport. So it is what it is. So, Jake Paul, Davis, I hope Tank Davis knocks your head off. Come on, bro.
Please. I'm good, man. I got nothing to say, man. I'm good with that. Knock his head off.
All right, man. Well, appreciate y'all, man, tuning in. It's another episode of the Play Action Podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the Play Action Podcast, your ultimate fanfare. It's all some boys fanfare.